Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name's Lottie, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really fun one. I'm super excited. We're just going to be doing a bunch of fun bookish things together over the next couple days. And to start us off, we are going to be updating my reading journal. You guys are always asking me to include segments and clips of me updating my reading journal in my vlogs. So don't worry, I've got you covered today. It's actually like 8 p.m. on a Sunday night. So the sun is going down. I have my studio lights on, but we're just going to have a cozy Sunday night doing some reading journaling. But yeah, it's like mid-August right now, and I haven't updated it for the month of August yet. So I need to go through and just put in all of my July stats, basically fill it out for everything I read in July. And then I'm going to do my August TBR page. In case you're new here, this is my reading journal. This is what she looks like. It's from Archer and Olive. This is like a normal moleskin journal size, this pink one in the front. So as you can see, my reading journal is quite a bit bigger. But yeah, I just love this thing. It's like a fun reading scrapbook, basically. So we're going to go through first and just update all of my spreads with my updated like July numbers and stats and stuff. We're going to do a page for my standout read of the month in July, which was 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I've printed out a bunch of the things that I need for updating my reading journal, like all of the little mini book covers, like you guys know. And then I also just printed off a few different things that I may use, like these little July reads thing. I did all of this using my HP Sprocket. I get a lot of questions about how I do this. I just get the printer paper for the Sprocket, and you don't have to get any ink for it. It just like, I think does it with like a laser or something. So yeah, I got all that ready for the July wrap up. And then for my August TBR, my theme for August is going to kind of be like pink and orange and yellow. And then like just kind of citrus, like grapefruit vibes. Printed off this little TBR sticker. Honestly, my nails are my vibe for August. They match perfectly. Printed off all that. Here's like one of my TBR books. It's a mess to try to pick it all up. But all that to say, you'll see it as I get designing with it all. That's what I've been doing for like the past hour or two, is just printing out all of the stuff that I need. And you're going to see a time lapse of me working on my reading journal. But while I am working on it in real time, I'm going to be listening to an audiobook. So I actually already read One Dark Window, which is on my August TBR. I read that earlier this month and I really loved it. Gave it 4.5 stars. So I'm actually going to start Two Twisted Crowns. I read a couple books in between. I think I've read like 3 books since, 2 romances and 1 lit fic. So I'm ready to go back to Two Twisted Crowns now. And I want to do it before I forget what happened in One Dark Window. I feel guilty because it's not on my August TBR, and I feel like I'm falling behind on reading the books on my actual monthly TBR. But you know what? I feel like it's more important for the reading experience to prioritize finishing up this duology. That's what I'm going to be listening to. When I read One Dark Window, I did a little bit of tandem reading and listening because I'd heard really good things about the audiobook. The audiobook is excellent, which is why I'm going to listen to Two Twisted Crowns. The narrator does this like voice for the monster that's in her head, which if you don't know what this series is about, you're probably like, what are you talking about? But there's just like really good voices that the narrator does, and it just makes it 10 times better. So I also am going to be reading it on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited. I did want to also acknowledge I got a Kindle Colorsoft recently and showed this in a recent reading vlog. So I just wanted to mention it here and say that while I'm going to be listening to Two Twisted Crowns for a couple hours tonight, I am going to switch back over to reading it on my Kindle before bed tonight, hopefully. So I thought I could give you some initial impressions on my Kindle Colorsoft in this video too, and tell you what I think of it so far. So I think that's all my housekeeping. We're going to get started with the reading journal. We're going to knock this out first, and then we're just going to do some other fun things, read Two Twisted Crowns, and yeah, have some fun in this video. So let's jump in. I've got my overhead cam on, so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, I know a lot of you guys aren't new here, so you've seen these pages before. Also, I have a whole video setting up my entire reading journal that does exist. So if you want to see like any of these pages or spreads get set up or how I did that, then you can go watch that video. But these are just kind of like title intro pages. And then we've got my 2025 book count. So I know right where I left off, so I'm just gonna keep filling in boxes based on rating. And I just go on my Fable app and go through my reviews, scroll back, and then find my reviews and fill them in from there. First book that I read after Atmosphere is actually Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz, which is a memoir. And I didn't want to give this book a rating at all. Fable actually doesn't let you give no rating, which is kind of annoying. And I just didn't really think about the fact that I might have memoirs or books that I don't want to rate with my book count. So I think we should add a new color code, which will be fun. And I can fill that in for books with like no rating. Kind of think purple might be perfect, like a lavender. One pro tip for having a reading journal is always having a little test piece so you can see what your colors are going to look like. See, that's a little bit darker than I think I want. That is closer, but still, I don't know. I kind of want something really light. Yeah, like maybe like that. I feel like that would be good for no rating. So I'm gonna add, well, I don't know. Is it too similar to the blue for the 5-star? Ugh. guys. This is why this takes so long. I'm going back to this purple. Okay, I feel good about this purple. We're just gonna stick with this one. I'm gonna add here no rating, and then we'll color that one in with no rating. I just don't really like to rate memoirs. I feel like it feels weird to rate someone's like real life experiences. Okay, then I read Done and Dusted, which was a 3.75. I have all my colors for this in a special spot so that I don't get them confused. Okay, I'm just gonna time lapse this and color the rest of these in, and then we'll check back in. Okay, I filled in my book count through the end of July. I haven't started filling it in for August yet because I just like to have a clean break on when I know I stop. And then coming over to this page, we have my 2025 ins and out, and then my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 challenge. I actually can add to this because I read a lot more nonfiction this month. I actually read 3 nonfiction books in July. Editing Lottie here, I'm realizing literally just now that I wrote Dinner for Vampires twice. So I'm gonna have to fix that next month. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I literally did not notice that I did this at all, which is kind of driving me crazy, but I'll fix it next month. I read 3, but I just needed 2 more to hit my goals. We're gonna do Dinner for Vampires, and then we're gonna do Nice Girls Don't Win. And I have completed my 4 nonfiction goals. For 3 rereads, I definitely wanna do People We Meet on Vacation. I almost might like go ahead and write that in as a reminder. And then I don't know what I want the other one to be. Okay, next page we have is my 25 books to read in 2025. So I get to add the naturals here. This is another one where the test piece of paper is helpful. I think this is the same color as the Wedding People, but I'm just gonna use it. Oh no, it's different. That's nice. Basically what I do with my 25 to read in 2025 is anytime I finish a book on here, I outline it in a color that kind of like matches or coordinates with the cover to show that I finished it. So I think it's fun and it just kind of brings it to life. Doing really good on the left side. The right side, not so much. But I did already read One Dark Window, but I read that this month, so I'm not gonna check that off yet. I really wanna read The Women soon. I definitely think there's some of these I'm not gonna get to, but whatever. I'm gonna do my best. Then going over to the most anticipated releases. Let's see if there's anything I can check off here. Onyx Storm, I'm gonna leave that because I DNF'd it in August, and I'm just gonna leave that for next month, and I can figure out what I wanna do there. This is on my TBR for the month. Still haven't read The Conditions of Will. I'm feeling like, I don't know, weird about Jessa Hastings. I actually just finished Problematic Summer Romance, but that is a this month thing, not a last month thing. Oh, I read The Love Haters and I never highlighted that. So actually let me give that a little highlight. Okay. Oh, and I read Bury Our Bones, so I can check that one off. I need to find the matching pen. This is like the part where I'm like, ooh, what did I use? Yeah, that's close enough. And I think those are all of the Love Haters I read back in May, by the way. I just forgot to highlight it. So the only one that I read in July was Bury Our Bones. I think that's pretty good. Oh, this page. This page is the bane of my existence. It's really fun to see it all, but it's just very tedious to write it all in. So we're gonna time lapse this. I'm gonna write in the 11 books I read in July. We will rendezvous once I finish up with that. Okay guys, this is getting really exciting because it is almost filled out. I have 7 spots left. I'm sure I will get to this next month and then we'll get to use the Dutch door and get to this 3rd page, which is really fun. Just fun to get to use the Dutch door. So this is looking nice. Honestly, at the end of the year, I might take like a really light highlighter and go through and highlight like every other one so that it's easier to keep your eye straight across, but I'm not gonna do that right now. It's just an idea. Okay, series tracker. I did start the Done and Dusted, the Rebel Blue Ranch series this month, and then the Naturals. I need to add boxes for both of those. I don't know if I'm gonna continue the Natural series, but I do think I'm gonna put it in my tracker because I could see myself continuing it. I'm just not gonna prioritize it. Like I'm not running to go keep reading it, but I don't know, I'm kind of interested, so. Okay, I have added my 2 new series. I had a little smearing incident here. Honestly, it's funny. When you look at this page, you can tell the ones on the left I all did on one day when I was feeling very like meticulous. This is when I set up my reading journal. These were all of my like legacy series that I was bringing into the year. And then these are all the ones I've added as the year has gone on, and they're all like such a mess. The marker is bleeding and they're like different thicknesses of the different pens. And this just looks like so you know, clean. And then this is just a mess, but whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight Rebel Blue Ranch. Yeah, and it's smearing. Cool, 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 cool. I'm just so over, like, why does it have to smudge? Whatever, it's like, it's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad. Then for the naturals, I'm gonna do it in this blue. I'm gonna do like over here first, and then we'll get the, okay. Whatever. I just like can't bring myself to care. It's fine. My series tracker is updated now. I didn't make progress on any of my other series. I just started 2 new ones. I've made really good progress on my Rebel Blue Ranch. I read Lost and Lassoed already this month in August. So I'm gonna get that one done this year for sure. I have loved reading that so far. And then I I've enjoyed all of 3 of these series that I've started. And then Rose Hill and the Naturals I've started this year. I could take them or leave them. Like, they're fine, but I don't know. I really do want to continue Skyland. These are like my priority series right now. I love Skyland, Emily Wilde, Beartown, Heavenly Bodies. The next one's not out yet. Rebel Blue. Those are like my favorite series this year, just in case anyone was wondering. Okay, books per month. Oh, I love this. Is my favorite page to update every month. So I've got my standout book of the month. I have printed off 7 Days in June. So she's gonna go right here. Let's just go ahead and do this because this is easy. I just enjoy this page. It's like simple and fun. And I like looking at all the book covers of my favorite reads each month. I was saying, like all of my favorite books from this year have blue in the cover. Even 7 Days in June has blue. The only one that doesn't is Sunrise on the Reaping. The rest of them are all like extremely blue themed. So we'll see if we keep that going. So far in August, I'd say maybe One Dark Window is my favorite. Yeah, probably. So we'll see if anything else this month is going to beat it out. Okay, so updating the books per month tracker. In July, I read 11 books. So we need to pick out a color to fill this in. For me, July is blue. I feel like it's a nice like ocean blue, but I do typically like these colors to be a little bit brighter. So could do like a teal blue. Oh, that's pretty. Wait, is this too dark for July though? Hold on. This one could be pretty. This is a teal. Oh yeah. No, actually I like this one. This one's a bit too green. Seeing that one next to it, I like this better. July is supposed to be like an ocean blue. And I think this teal color is serving that. So this is 11. This is the most books I've read out of any month so far. So what I do is I draw these horizontal lines so that when I color in the bar, it looks like they are boxes that stack up. July is just that girl. And at the top of the pyramid, going 3 for 3, July. She's looking so good. Okay, that's it for this page. I literally have this page bookmarked because it's one of my favorites. Okay, TBR cart. I already see one. Dial A for Aunties. This is like legacy books on my TBR cart from last year. I'm trying to incentivize myself to read them. I'm gonna do orange for Done and Dusted. I don't test the colors on these. I don't know. I can't be bothered. Okay, the TBR cart is looking better. And then this is Read the Rainbow. In case you didn't know, I'm gonna fill this out at the end of the year. I'm gonna print out a book cover and do my favorite color cover for each. The blue is gonna be highly contested, as we saw, because all my favorite books of the year are the blue ones. So anyway, I did check. I have a book I could pick for all of these. They're not like a favorite book, but I did read a book with every color. So, okay. Also, I realized when I did my mid-year reading reset in my reading journal, I completely forgot to color any of these in on my reading bucket list. These pages got stuck together and I just totally didn't fill any of this in. We're gonna have a lot to fill in here today. I'm gonna color in just as many as my heart feels called to fill in. Like I'm immediately seeing a couple that are tracking for me. Set in the Summer, we're gonna go ahead and color that in. That one could be literally so many different books, like Great Big Beautiful Life, One Golden Summer, and then I'm gonna do the orange for the outside. Yeah, Reread, we're gonna do that. That's gonna be for Every Summer After. I'm gonna go ahead and color that in. Every Summer After, The Legend That You Are. Start a new series. I'm gonna color that one in for Rebel Blue Ranch series. I'm loving it, and it's just like super cute and summery. Each chapter has a title. I'm gonna color that one in for Ashley Poston's release this year, which was Sounds Like Love. Her books always have chapters with titles, and I love that. Sci-fi I did for Annie Bot, but I'm kind of holding out, and I want to color this one in for Project Hail Mary to encourage me to read it. We did do a memoir, so let's go ahead and color that in. I feel like this looks like the Dinner for Vampires color of the cover. Tearjerker, that's going to be Atmosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, I did sob reading that, and if you missed the vlog, there is video evidence that I posted on the internet for people to enjoy. So that is going to be our tearjerker today. Okay, I'm going to leave the rest of these. None of them are really like speaking to me on any of the books that I've read. They're not like coming to mind a specific book. I feel like this is good for now. We've made decent progress on this considering we're a little over halfway through the year. I still have several months to go to do some of these, but I've got some like heavy hitters, some ones I've been avoiding most clearly that I need to get to in the back half of the year, like, you know, over 1,000 pages, read it in a day, finish a monthly TBR, a book that intimidates me, sci-fi, been on my TBR for over a year, you know, classic. Like I've got a lot of clearly ones I've been avoiding here. So now for my A to Z challenge. Basically what I do is I just write in pencil books I've read this month that start with these letters. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to pick my favorite book for each letter and put it down on the spot. But here's the catch. I'm not even writing them anymore if it doesn't beat what's currently in there. So first up, we've got Dinner for Vampires. Oh, I already added that. Okay. And then we've got Done and Dusted. Honestly, Done and Dusted might beat it just because I feel like it represents the series really well. For S, we've got Sounds Like Love, but it's not going to beat Sunrise on the Reaping. Dial for Aunties actually is what's going to win. Then we've got Bury Our Bones. I have so many in B, and so I'm just going to put it. I don't know what I'm picking. I've got Beartown, Bury Our Bones, Blue Sisters, Before I Let Go, Broken Country, like so many good ones. Needy Little Things, Nightingale. See, I've got Nice Girls Don't Win, but that's not going to beat Nightingale. 7 Days in June. Ugh. I don't think it's going to beat Sunrise on the Reaping. The Naturals isn't going to beat The Nightingale. Swift and Saddled isn't going to beat Sunrise on the Reaping. Friends to Lovers isn't going to beat The Favorites. You didn't hear this from me. This is great because we needed one for Y. What do I still not have? I need K, Q, U, V, X, and Z, and J. For J, Julie Chan is Dead is on my TBR. There's also Just Last Night by Valerie McFarland. Those are a couple J options. For K, I could do Catabasis. I probably won't read that this year though, honestly. I also could do The Night and the Moth later this year, or like Kingdom of the Wicked. I have no ideas for Q. For U, I have a couple ideas. I could do Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I could also do Us Against You by Frederick Bachman, which is the next one in the Beartown series. Or for like a fall one, I could do like The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. Those are a couple of my ideas there. For V, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Guide for Murderers is high on my TBR, or Vicious by V.E. Schwab could be really good. And then I don't have anything for X or Z either. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out to see if I see any. But that is all of the front matter. Then we get to my monthly spreads. So thanks for helping me update the front half of my reading journal. So I did already do my July TBR. I love this page. It turned out so good. Now what I need to do is the standout read of the month, which was 7 Days in June. And I need to do the July reading wrap up. And then I need to do my August TBR. Those are the different craft pages. I'm going to scrapbook now. We're just gonna do a time lapse of that. And I don't know if we'll get to all of them tonight because it's already 9:30. I'll probably try to do at least 1 or 2 of them. And then I may have to finish it up tomorrow, but I'll probably just work till like 11 p.m. or so. We'll see how far I can get. But now I'm gonna put on my audiobook for Two Twisted Crowns and let's get this journal updated. is just about 12:15 a.m. and I need to go to bed because I have work tomorrow. This always happens when I start working on my reading journal. I take it way too far. I finished my 7 days in June page around 10:45 and I still had 15 minutes and I was like, well, I still have 15 minutes till 11. Like, I'm gonna keep working. And now it's 12:15. So I finished my standout read of the month page and I finished my monthly recap page. I did finish that. The camera cut out and now you're seeing me because the camera died and I didn't realize that it died, but I will show you it tomorrow. I just want to be transparent with you guys. This is a long process and this is a very time consuming hobby to go to bed because I have work in the morning. So those are all my updates for tonight. All right, guys, same spot, new day. Today is Monday. It's just about 5 o'clock and I just wrapped up with my work from home job. So I'm turning my attention back to the reading journal. We're going to finish this up today. Honestly, it's nice to have the little break, but I do like getting it done in just like a couple days because it does create quite a mess in my office. I realized I forgot to give you any Two Twisted Crown updates. So last night when I was working on the reading journal, I got about 15% of the way in to Two Twisted Crowns on the audiobook, but I realized that I was kind of like trying to force myself to listen. Even in moments of confusion, I was just pushing through. I was like, I don't know who's talking. I'm just going to keep listening. And that was a little bit stressful of a way to start the book. There are several POVs and I'm trying to kind of get oriented with like the plot of this book, just especially as I'm like starting the book. It was kind of a brave choice to start it by listening and working on this activity. So today I have been going through and like rereading everything that I listened to last night on my colorsoft, like over my lunch break and stuff like that. I got about 10% of the way in. So I still have like a chapter or two to go until I'm caught up with where I was last night. But everything is like really familiar. I'm like, oh, I remember this conversation, but then the pieces are clicking, the context of like whose POV it is and like why they were having this conversation and things like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on now. So it has been helpful. The audiobook is really good, but I will say Two Twisted Crowns has several POVs. In One Dark Window, you just get the main female character Elsbeth's POV, but the audiobook still just has one narrator. So the like Elsbeth lady narrator, that's how I think of her in my head, is narrating all of the chapters. So it's easy to be like, wait, whose chapter am I in? All this to say, I am enjoying Two Twisted Crowns. I feel like I'm finally understanding kind of like the setup and the plot. I realize I never gave you the summary of like the series or the first book either, but I'll talk more about the book when I finish the reading journal. I feel like now is not the time to dive into all of this. I want to like batch all of the reading journal stuff together in one part of the video. We're gonna get back to reading journal stuff. I'm so excited to knock this out. Oh, also, I have like no eye makeup on because I'm having a little bit of irritation in this eye. I don't know if I'm having an allergic reaction or if I have like a little sty or something. I don't know. Last night it just was getting a little bit sore and then I woke up and it was a bit red. So I am aware. You guys don't have to tell me that my eye is swollen. I do know, and I didn't put makeup on it. So if I look a little barefaced today, that is why. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get back to finishing up the reading journal updates. Okay guys, I'm all caught up. I have finished updating my reading journal. Feels so good to be caught up with all my spreads and I'm so happy with how they turned out. So I'm excited to show you guys. I know you saw me doing them along the way, but I just thought I'd show you the final flip through. I figure some of you probably just skipped to see the final flip through and I wouldn't judge you for that. So this is what we started with. This was my July TBR. I was really happy with how this page turned out. And in case you didn't know, or in case you're new here, what I'm doing on the left side of all of my TBR pages, it's like the monthly title page. And my challenge to myself this year has been to make the monthly title page completely by hand, like not adding in extra like scrapbook elements or stickers. I mean, I can definitely add stickers. I just mean more so not using stickers like this. Like this is a font that I printed out and cut out and like I didn't write that. So that's what I mean by not using stickers. But in general, I do want to try to like hand draw the majority of the elements on the title page for each month. And July, I think, is my favorite one I've done so far. I don't know. Let me show you all of the ones I've done. So this was January. January. I thought this kicked off on a great note. This was February. Honestly, I thought this one was really cute too. March actually might be my favorite. This one's really fancy. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm like doing this challenge, it's just to help with my perfectionism. I think they're turning out great. April, love her. She looks so good. This one's May. I did like kind of cheat on this one because I did these on like pieces of paper and then I taped them in. So I should have done it on the actual paper. I really did cheat for May. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I had so much updating to do. So I just like didn't have it in me to like sit here for 2 hours and like try to sketch these in the actual journal. And I didn't have it in my mental health capacity either for it to turn out bad. So I did cheat here, whatever, it's fine. I think that May is cute. I'm not obsessed though. Like you can tell my heart was not in it here. Like what, this is a mess. What are we doing here? So anyway, okay, wait, June is really good too. I love June. It's so bright. I was happy with this overall, but July was just totally my favorite so far. I love the way that it like the blue coordinates, then the red with the popsicles, and it's just like so summer, so fun, so colorful. So I'm sad that we're on to August, which means that this is no longer like the active TBR page. She'll still be here for the rest of the year for us to admire. So then I did my 7 days in June page. This is my standout read of the month. So for example, in June, it was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I did the same thing here for 7 days in June. We've got the synopsis, the review. This one was a 4.5. I didn't have any 5 stars in the month of July. The way that I did this one was really fun. I haven't done any spreads like this so far this year. I basically cut up these little red lines, and on one side I did the then timeline and one side I did the now, because this book is written in a then and now timeline. So I'm very proud of my 7 days in June spread. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like this book too. If you've read it, let me know what you thought. I'm super happy with it. I think it looks great. And we have my July reading wrap up page. This is my July recap. I think this looks pretty good, you guys, considering I did this at midnight last night. I'm happy with her. We've got a little red and blue theme going on. Not feeling super patriotic, but it's okay. I think the aesthetic is just so summer. We read one more book for my 25 and 2025. I am definitely behind on this. Yeah, we're a little behind, but that's okay. And then here's my August TBR. Yay! Oh my gosh, she looks so good. This is August to me. I love this. I did a little birthday cake. She's supposed to be like a strawberry birthday cake. It matches my nails, guys. Oh my gosh. So good. Okay, anyways, with the August cake candles, my birthday is in the month of August. It's August 25th actually. So yeah, I wanted to do a little birthday cake for myself for August for the title page. You may think this is Leo behavior because this is Leo behavior right here, but I actually am a Virgo. I do have a Leo stellium though, if you're into astrology. So I'm a Leo rising, I'm a Leo Mercury, I'm a Leo Venus and Mars. I do have a lot of Leo in my chart, but I am in fact a Virgo sun. So you get the best of both worlds with me. But yeah, this is my little birthday cake. I love her. And then over here, August TBR, it's kind of a citrus theme, and then just added in the books on my TBR this month. So far, all I've read this month is Lost and Lassoed and One Dark Window. I am so behind. I haven't read any of these other 6. We got to get on it because I'm pretty behind. I'm definitely not going to finish all of them, I don't think, but I want to get at least like, I don't know, 5, 6 would be my goal. 6 is a good goal. Yeah, anyways, that is all for my reading journal. Okay, my eye looks crazy. Just ignore my eye, okay? Literally, how dare my eye do this a week before my birthday? It better be gone. Anyways, okay, I know I say this every time I update the reading journal, but it is so chunky. But look how cool this looks from the side. She has come such a long way. By the end, it's literally gonna be like impossible to keep together. You'll have to stick around and see how it looks at the end of the year. But yeah, those are all my updates for now. Hi guys, it's actually been a couple days. The swelling on my eye got a lot worse before it got better. So I just took a break from filming because it just was harshing my vibes. I didn't want to put makeup on and I just like wasn't in great spirits about it because it was stressing me out. But my eye is better. It's been a couple days. I wanted to come back and update you on Two Twisted Crowns because I realized I never really like got into talking about this book with you guys, and I actually have finished this now, so I can give you my full thoughts. I cannot stop yawning. I had to go into the office today and I just got back home. I actually haven't changed out of my office outfit yet. Usually I put my comfy clothes on like right away, but I thought my little office outfit was cute. Let's talk. Should we talk about the Kindle Colorsoft first or Two Twisted Crowns? Let's just talk about the Kindle Colorsoft first for a second. So my thoughts on the Kindle Colorsoft, it's basically a paperweight. I would say if you are not a content creator of any kind, you just like reading, you don't need the Colorsoft. FOMO got to me. Please trust me when I say you don't need the Colorsoft. It's not very bright. Hold on. I do want to talk about Two Twisted Crowns, but let me switch to a different book cover. The only things that you get colored highlights and you get the colored book covers on your lock screen, but that is really it. Okay, I put A Love Song for Ricky Wilde on the cover so you can see exactly how the color looks. I could Photoshop this for Bookstagram to look more vibrant, and I think a lot of people do Photoshop their ColorSofts to look more vibrant, so don't trust everything you see on Bookstagram, because like I would take this in Photoshop. I would lasso around this and just select this and saturate this more just to make the photo brighter. Not because I'm trying to deceive you that like my Kindle ColorSoft is super bright. Like I get it if you want it for your Bookstagram, like it's fun, it's cool. If you want it just for content creation or you're like a Pinterest girly, like is it nice to have? Sure. The only other difference is that you can highlight in color. And this actually is a bit more bright. So I just highlighted that sentence in pink. You can do yellow, blue, and orange. So it is nice to be able to do that, but like, what does that get me? I just highlight things that I think are fun. I'm not like annotating like for school, you know what I mean? If you just need to update your Kindle anyways, I'm not really seeing many issues with my ColorSoft. I feel like a lot of people ask like, oh, like, is it grainy? Is it blurry? And I'm like, guys, literally, like, I don't know how to answer that because I just read it. Like, I don't know. I don't notice things like that. I definitely will do like a full comparison video so you guys can kind of see for yourselves. And I can compare the Kindle ColorSoft to my Paperwhite and to the Kobo Libra Color. Yeah, I don't really notice these things. I'm like trying to look and see if I can tell. Yeah, I mean, for me, this is exactly like my Paperwhite. It just can highlight in color and it has the colored covers. So those are my first impressions. I don't think you need to upgrade if you have a Paperwhite, especially like with the economy the way it is right now, like save your money. This is something where I just used a little bit of money that I make from my YouTube videos to like reinvest in my channel because I wanted to do like a comparison video for you guys. I have a full-time job separately. So sometimes I use some of my AdSense money just to kind of put it back into my channel and fund my hobby. And that's kind of what I did here. But if you are budgeting for your hobby, like, I don't know, I think I would get a Kobo Libra Color and have a Kobo and a Kindle instead of like upgrading your Kindle if it were me. But that's also because I just personally feel better about using my Kobo right now. And that's a personal thing. Those are my thoughts on the Kindle ColorSoft. Gonna do a whole deep dive video. If you guys have any specific questions, like I said, let me know. I just need to like plan it out and like write it all down and schedule it in. But I am gonna do that. I finished Two Twisted Crowns the other day and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, just a solid even 4 stars. This is a really kind of a hot take, but I liked One Dark Window just a little bit more than Two Twisted Crowns. A lot of people like the sequel even more than the first book, but I found that I just liked One Dark Window just a little bit more. But don't get me wrong, I still really enjoyed Two Twisted Crowns. I feel like so many people know the plot and the setup of this duology, but in case you don't, this duology follows Elsbeth. She has like a monster in her head is how it's always described or how I always heard it. But yeah, she basically has this like other spirit who kind of like invaded her brain, her soul, her body kind of, and like lives in her head, and who she can kind of like speak with and who just like hangs out in there. And you don't really know who he is or what he is. That's kind of how the book starts. And you learn that Elsbeth lives in this kingdom and the magic that they have has to do with these like trading cards kind of. I almost think of like playing cards or tarot cards. And there's 12 different types of cards, but they all have different like scarcity. Like one of the cards, there's only one of them. And then another one, there's 2. Another one, there's 3, all the way up to 12. But all the cards, they're a little bit more like tarot cards though. It's like, it's not like the Lover or the Sun, but kind of. It's like the Maiden, the Nightmare, the Iron Gate. Like there's these different cards like that as part of the magic system. And you can kind of like collect and trade them and they give you magic. If you tap on the card, you are like imbued with that magic until you tap on it again to like turn it off. And then if you use the magic of that card for too long, it starts to like pain you in some way because nothing comes free. So you get like an ailment kind of like you may start being in pain or you may start seeing things. That's kind of like the way the magic system works, but the cards are really valuable as you can imagine. And basically Elsbeth throughout this whole duology kind of goes on this quest to unite the deck, basically to get one of every card, which is a lot easier for the cards where there's a lot more of them, but it's a lot harder when you get down to the cards where there's only like 2 or 3 of that kind of card. And I won't tell you why, but she's needing to unite the deck. She has kind of like a squad that she's working with. That is kind of the setup of the book. I think it's so cool. I loved the magic system in this duology. I had a lot of fun with this duology. I loved Rachel Gillig's writing, but Two Twisted Crowns specifically, what I will say is that I feel like Elsbeth took a little bit of a backseat in her own story in this book. If you know, you know. I don't want to say anything that would spoil anything. Elsbeth isn't quite really a main character the way she is in the first book. The side characters really steal the show, but they do. Like, they steal the show in a great way, and I loved getting to know some more of the side characters more intimately in this book. While I enjoyed it, it was a little unexpected, and I did find myself missing Elsbeth too. So that was one thing that was not quite as addictive about this book for me. And then the other thing is just that I felt like book one in the series, One Dark Window, just had a lot of great setup, and I didn't really know where anything was going. Like, I was really just along for the ride, learning all about the world and the magic system and the predicament, all of the people and everything, and I really enjoyed that. But then I felt like with this one, it was very predictable of like what needed to happen in this book. I didn't, of course, know like the specifics of how we were going to get there, but I knew like ultimately where we were going to end up. And so for me, the book was just a little bit predictable compared to One Dark Window. I just wasn't quite as hooked, but I did still really enjoy it, and I really loved the main two characters. Well, I would say that they were kind of the main two characters. If you've read it, you know what I mean. Two of the side characters that became kind of main characters in this book. I really enjoyed reading about them and was just giggling and kicking my feet at them. That was fun. And the villains were just like so hateable. Like, it was so fun to just, they were so evil. Yeah, I mean, overall, I really enjoyed the series. I would also say I feel like the audiobook for One Dark Window was better. Just wish we had different narrators for Two Twisted Crowns. Yeah, those are generally my thoughts on Two Twisted Crowns. If you guys aren't following me on Goodreads or Fable, I'm always posting my live reading updates on there. But I have been really enjoying writing longer reviews, just more like thorough in-depth reviews lately. That's a great place to go to get like full thoughts on things. I'm super proud of myself for reading this duology and getting this under my belt. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and it was great to get introduced to Rachel Gillig's writing style. I really liked it. Hey guys, I'm actually just about to film my September TBR video, and that, if it isn't already up, will be up after this. But I thought it would be fun, and I thought we could do it together in this video to add some fall prompts to my TBR prompt jar. Now, I refreshed my TBR prompt jar with maybe like 20 or 25 new prompts like a month or two ago, but I just thought for the season, it could be fun to add in some seasonal fall TBR jar prompts. Okay, so I was doing some research and I made some notes in my Notion on some fall prompts that I thought were really fun. So I'm just gonna write these on some Post-it notes. My current ones I've just printed on printer paper. I didn't like write them out, but I'm just gonna write these and put them on here so that I can see which ones are the fall ones, and I can try to pull like at least a couple fall ones in each of my fall TBR videos. So I think I may try to do like 9 or 10, and I'll try to pull like 2 to 3 of those prompts each video. So anyway, the ones that I found and came up with were a book with fall colors on the cover, a book set in a small town. I don't know, though, small town. I kind of want to make it like a fall book set in a small town or something like that. Or like set in a magical town or a witchy town. I don't know. But then I also have a witchy or magical book, a dark academia or gothic story, a mystery that takes place in autumn, a new release from this fall, a book from your fall TBR, continue a series that gives fall vibes, and then a book that feels like sweater weather. So all kind of just like in the same wheelhouse, but just like fun seasonal ones because I'm such a seasonal reader, and I just thought it'd be fun to throw in some seasonal prompts. I'm gonna add these to my Post-it notes, and then we will add them to the jar. Okay, I have written out all my prompts and I have my TBR jar here. So I'm just going to fold these up and add them to the jar. Okay, the TBR jar is ready for fall. I've got some fun new fall prompts in there. I'm really excited for those, and I just thought it'd be fun to share that in this vlog too, just with a bunch of random bookish things. I have like 30 minutes, so I wanted to just sit down and end off this vlog with a fun book mail unboxing because I have some really exciting book mail. I got this in the mail today. I don't know what it is. This one I did order, and that one's from Barnes & Noble. And then I have 2 other book mail arcs that I'm really excited to show you guys. Okay, pink mic is activated. Sometimes I feel like the colored mic is distracting in vlogs. I think it's fun for sit down videos when it's more consistent just throughout the video, but in vlogs, I feel like it's nice to just use the black one when I can because it's just more subtle and like consistent. Open to thoughts if you guys want to see more of the colored mics in different vlog clips. Okay, now that I have my mic here, let's go ahead and what should we open? Let me just show you the ones that I already opened. Let's just start with that. Okay, so the very first arc, I was so freaking excited. This is It's Different This Time by Joss Richard. I spoke about this one in my books that are coming out this fall video, and I am just so excited to read this. The cover is absolutely stunning. I've never had an arc like this before. This is my very first time ever getting an arc like this with this like cool different copy. I just think it's so cool, and it's just such a milestone for me. I've been sent a couple of books from publishers that are like the published final versions, but this is the first time I've ever been sent like an arc that is formatted like this. That's like a special different arc version, and I just think it's really cool, and I just want to say thank you to you guys because it wouldn't be possible without you. This is on sale on September 30th. I mean, the cover, it reminds me a lot of You Again. So our two main characters are June and Adam, and this is a second chance, and it takes place in New York. The author says, in my opinion, there's no other city that makes you feel like anything is possible. I wanted to embody all the quintessential Nora Ephron vibes, walking through Central Park with a hot coffee in hand, the leaves changing from yellow to orange to red, and the coziest feelings possible. It's Different This Time is not just a love story, it's a love letter to the city that I hold very close to me. That's really sweet that they included a little letter from the author. I'm over the moon. It was just the pick-me-up I needed last week when my eye was stressing me out. The other one that I already opened, you guys are gonna freak. Well, I freaked. It's Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I'm like, oh my god, over the moon about this. This is from the Dial Press. This comes out on September 30th as well. This is her new series. It's a Sweetwater Peak novel. I talked about this one as well in my new releases coming out for the rest of the year video, but I freaking loved reading. Well, I haven't finished it. I still have to read Wild and Wrangled, but I've read the first 3 books in the Rebel Blue Ranch series this summer, and I have fallen in love with Lila Sage as an author, as a writer, and I just can't wait to read more from her and see what she has in store for her readers next. So I'm so freaking pumped for this. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, but I just, again, want to thank you guys because it wouldn't be possible for me to get these super cool arcs without viewers like you. I can't wait to read this and tell you what I think, and we can all read it together. I'm just super excited for both of these. So let's open the other. I think this is going to be an arc. Let's open this together and see what we got. Oh my gosh. This is The Book of Autumn by Molly O'Sullivan. I'm so excited for this. Talked about this as well in my recent video. This one is on sale October 28th, 2025. And this is this author's debut novel. It says a spellbinding debut about ambition, second chances, and ancient magic set at an enchanted university where a formidable pair of magicians must put an end to a curse plaguing the student body. A little more about The Book of Autumn. It is set in rural New Mexico, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever read a book set in New Mexico. In a world where magic is drawn from a person's 3 most treasured objects, Sella would give anything for her powers to be bound by objects alone. Instead, she's one half of a Dimidium, a rare kind of magician who's bound to another person and must be near them to access her magic. The catch, her Dimidium is Max, and they've burned each other before. It says perfect for fans of Ninth House and Divine Rivals. So if you love either of those, I still need to read Ninth House, but I love Divine Rivals. I think this is such a cool cover, such a cool title. It's so fall. So all of these books are getting me so excited for fall, you guys. My fall book haul. So wow, thank you so much to the publishers, the Dial Press, Dell, and Kensington. So thank you all so much. Okay, now we're gonna do a quick little Barnes haul. So I did a pre-order and I got 2 books from Barnes. The first is Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. It's got the green sprayed edges. I'm obsessed with the covers of these books, you guys. They're so pretty. These aren't like my favorite books ever, but I feel like if I read it when I'm in the mood, I'm gonna like it. I think last year I was like forcing myself to read this when I was like not vibing, and it ruined it for me. And I think that's a lesson I've learned. I'm gonna give it one more chance. I think there's gonna be a 4th book in the series, which I'm just like, how are we still going? So I'm placing bets on what I think the 4th book is gonna be called. I think it could be Ascension to the Villain. Like if she, like Evie's gonna ascend and become the villain herself. So that I think is what I'm gonna place my bet as. But let me know if you have thoughts on what the 4th and I think it's gonna be the 4th and final book is gonna be called. But this is just the 3rd book in the Assistant to the Villain series. As long as I'm not putting pressure on myself to finish it in like one day, I enjoy them. It's a book that you want to read over like the span of a week, not like a day, at least for me. They're fun. So yeah. Okay, and then the very last thing I pre-ordered from Barnes is something I'm super excited about. So let's open it together. Guys, already look. Sorry for the gasp. It's just I saw this first. On vacation, you can be anyone you want. Yeah. Should I reread? Well, I'm definitely gonna oh my gosh. I'm definitely gonna reread this before the movie comes out. People We Meet on Vacation, like, I think Funny Story is my favorite. People We Meet on Vacation might be my 2nd favorite, which is a very hot take, I'm aware. It says You're Home to Me on the front. Guys, I just love Alex Nielsen. I'm sorry. Poppy, she's a little chaotic. I will give you that. I can see why people don't love Poppy, but I love Alex. This is like the book that got me back into reading. Shout out to Emma Top. If anyone follows Emma Top, I love Emma Top. She is a People We Meet on Vacation girl, just like me. And she convinced me to read this book and it like got me back into reading. So we can all say thank you, Emma. And it matches the beach read one. I don't know if I'm going to get like all of her special editions, but these two books just mean a lot to me. They both got me back into reading, and the way that they match each other. Like, I don't know. I need to do a reread of all of them, like back to back, so I can more accurately compare them. But I just knew as soon as I saw this, like I was going to want it. And I just wanted to have it. I didn't want to be like wanting it for months on end and then finally cave. I didn't want to have to feel that pain of just longing, you know? So anyway, that is my book haul. Wanted to open some book mail with you guys because I think it's so much fun. I think that's it really that I have for today's video. Oh, I actually have a Sonny Angel. Should we open the Sonny Angel together too? So I got this Sonny Angel for my birthday. It is a Sonny Angel from the Sweets series. So I thought we could open it together and see what it is. This will be the last thing we do in this video. So let's make it fun. Okay, wait, let's look at the different options. They're all so cute. I really like the jelly beans, the ice cream, the candy. Here are all my different options. If you want to see if I get a good pop. No. Sometimes you get a good pop, sometimes you don't. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it feels like one of the cute ones. Is it the jelly beans? It's the jelly beans. I'm obsessed. It's so fun. I love him. Okay, this was literally like one of my top 3 picks. So lucky. And what a perfect like summer Sonny Angel. He's so colorful. He's so fun. I love him so much. We're going to put him right here. So that is actually going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this Doing Bookish Things with me video. I had so much fun updating my reading journal with you guys, sharing some thoughts on my new Kindle, and doing some book mail unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below with the candy emoji so I can know who made it to the end. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss a video from me. I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you super soon in my next video. Bye, everyone.